Hi, I'm Pat Fiume. I've been a realtor for over 30 years. I'm a host of the American Dream Show. Welcome to my show, Is This for Real Estate? Welcome back. I'm sitting here with Cindy Truncone. Her and her husband Tommy have been one of my best clients for years. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Pat.
So you're probably wondering what you're doing here. You know, you agreed to come on, and I know
Yes.
it's not a normal thing for you as a buyer, but I thought it'd be really cool with this show. You know, I have a lot of experts on here for people who do services that we need, but we also have a lot of buyers and sellers who buy, you know, and I thought it'd be cool to have a buyer and a seller on here who's experienced both ends of the process. So
Yes.
we sold your house in Haddon Township.
Yes.
And,
And you made it very easy. It was so smooth. And what? We sold it within a couple of days.
Yeah, and it was funny because somebody referred me the neighbor across the street, and then I got you. I met you because I was at the house across the street, and then I wound up getting another neighbor that you hooked me up with. So
Yes.
I wound up with 3 houses on the same block,
Yep.
literally in 6 months for sale, and they were all identical houses, which is really kind of cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
And
Yeah.
then you moved to the shore.
Yes. That
And
was, we didn't like that.
Yeah.
So.
Well, a lot of people do that. They'll move south or they'll move to the shore, and then when they get there, like, this isn't what I thought it was going to be. It's different when you go there for a weekend or for a vacation, and a lot of people do move back.
Right.
So you've experienced that, and now
Right.
now you're in a beautiful rancher, you
Yes.
know, and I know you love your house.
But
Yeah, you thought about moving,
yes,
and we almost
yes,
did,
I did.
right?
Yes, but I'll tell you, if we seriously, you are just so kind and compassionate. You know you're professional. You know you're professional, I should say. But you really, you had our backs. And when I was, because I get a little crazy, when I would get crazy a little bit, you really, you helped me. You could talk me down, and you were so kind because it was a difficult time.
Yeah.
It was not the right time to buy. And you put our life ahead of a sale.
They were going to buy and sell a house, and her husband was facing major surgery, and I kept saying to her, my father had the same surgery. It is not something he's going to recover from in 2 weeks. I said, I really don't think you should do this now. We had their house under contract. They were buying another house. They hadn't signed contracts yet. Something went haywire with the first deal, and I said to her, Cindy, I don't think you should do this now. I really think this is a life-changing operation. I don't want to see that. You're going to be so stressed out with that and moving at the same time, because I knew it was coming. When you said to me many times, I'm so glad we didn't move, we would have never, ever been able to have handled it. It would have been a mess.
It's the truth. And I did say that many times. And now when I look back, I mean, thank God you did that for us, because I really wasn't.
I'm the only realtor tries not to make a sale. Like, I kept saying, please don't do this. I kept saying to
but
you.
you were right. I mean,
it was the weirdest thing to say to a buyer, but I kept saying, I don't think this is the time to do this. I care about you, and I know it's coming, and I think you're making a mistake.
but that's what's wonderful about you, though. That's what's really great, because
Other
there are a
realtors,
lot of
what it is.
realtors, but they just want to make the sale. You were being a kind, very kind, considerate friend to me and Tommy.
Yeah.
And I don't want to start to cry.
I know.
But you really, really, I mean, if it wasn't for you, we might be somewhere that we shouldn't be.
Everything, I believe, works out the way it's supposed to. You know, you're where you're supposed to be, and I know you love that house, too.
Yeah.
And you were thinking about moving into a 55 and up to make things easier with yard work and things.
Yeah.
You know, but the move would have been too much stress.
It would have
you were
been.
going to move like 2 weeks after you had a surgery.
I know.
And
What
I'm
was
like,
the matter with me? I don't know what I was thinking.
People don't understand how bad things like that are.
Yeah.
But somebody who knows someone that's had something like that, like my father had that and lived
Right.
my whole life with that, and it was very tough to deal with. And I can't imagine being at an older age. My father had
Right.
that surgery when he was in his 20s.
Yeah,
and lived
yeah,
his
he was
whole life
young.
with that, and I saw what he went through. But I think somebody who's a little bit older, it's life changing.
It is.
You know, and thank God he had it done, and it helped him.
Yeah.
And he's the sweetest man in the world. Her husband Tommy is such a doll. I
Yeah.
love them both to death.
Oh, you're sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've
He
become
loves
good
you, too.
friends.
And I love you.
I know you do.
You know. You know how we feel about you.
I know. So
Yeah.
is there anything else you'd like to talk about real estate related that you experienced buying and selling?
Oh, remember that one house we looked at?
What one was that?
The one over on I think it was Cedar or something. I can't remember, but I walked in and I looked at Tommy. I said, "Hell no!" I was like, So at least I knew when I didn't like one.
And I tell buyers all the time, you know, if you don't like a house and if the seller's not there, we can walk in the door and we can walk right out. You know, I don't care.
Right.
If you don't, if you know right away it's not for you, and you're very vocal about that. We had multiple houses. I think you said hell no.
I know.
Walked out the door.
I know.
You know, and
Yeah.
that's the way. You know,
It's
if the
just-
seller's there, you don't say that. Obviously,
No,
you keep
no.
on.
Yeah.
I go through. I try to. If the seller's there, I try to be kind and just go through the house very
Yeah,
quickly.
sure.
They're not
yeah,
there,
well,
just leave. You know.
that's a little awkward when
is
when the
awkward.
seller is there.
And you did that as a seller too, and I'm sure there was buyers that came into your house that.
Well, Tommy and I sat on the back porch and had the dogs out there.
Yeah, 'cause you had
And-
dogs in
yeah,
front, yeah.
but I mean, they still came out back, which of course they'd want to see. Well, I mean, we had the porch and all, but I just feel that that's how I would want it.
Yes,
Because
you
if
have
I
to
went
feel
through it,
comfortable in the house.
yeah,
without
I
the
want to be
seller
able to
there.
say to my husband, "Oh, I don't like that," or so.
Right.
To me,
Or
it's
you
just
hear them say something bad, you get defensive.
Oh, then, yeah,
Especially
yeah.
you're Italian.
yeah.
too,
Oh,
so-
hey, you don't like it? Out.
You know, my house.
But yeah, it was a great experience with you, Pat. You know you're my realtor, but you're a friend.
Realtor for
You're a
life
good
and friend for life. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, well, thank you for being a guest here today.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me
Oh,
here.
you're welcome.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
you.